I made the page after a heated exchange with a nationalist friend of mine. For quite some time now I had been debating with nationalist trolls on online forums and found that they were all just regurgitating the fake information put out by BJP's IT cell. I wanted to frame their rather absurd thoughts for all to see. Facebook provided the ideal platform as it did not have any word limit restrictions. I think, in India, satire is always catching up with the more absurd reality of everyday life here. Everything that we used to joke about has come true. Aadhaar numbers and ambulances for cows, Gaumutra as cancer remedy, a hilarious rewriting of history, a blatant nexus between corporates and politicians, media channels that boast of their bias, protests in support of child rapists. Such events would seem outlandish even in a satirical novel, but unfortunately that's the India we are living in these days. I think satire, like art, is supposed to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Which is why I adhere to the golden rule of satire, which states that one must punch up, not down. These days, we have some amazing satirical content being put out by stand-up comedians, cartoonists, and writers on the current political landscape. No, I never thought the page would garner as much attention as it did. In fact, I didn't want this attention to begin with because it inevitably brings trouble with it. I just wanted to make myself laugh and maybe amuse some other people along the way with my impersonation of nationalists and their ideology. After a post of mine went viral, I woke up to find 10,000 new followers. It was also my first introduction to mass reporting, as thousands of nationalists mass reported the post and got it temporarily removed. Since then they have tried several times to mass report my posts, but it hasn't worked because everything I say is within Facebook's community standards. I have even put out an open challenge for anyone to prove that I spread hatred against any religious group or community, and they have never taken me up on it. I only poke fun at the ridiculous things said by BJP ministers and their supporters. If you are more offended by a Facebook page than those who support genocide and rape, then you need to set your priorities straight. One day, I received messages and emails from anonymous accounts, telling me that they knew who I was. They listed my phone number, email, and address, abused me and said they would teach me and my family a lesson. They put these details out on many right-wing fora. Fortunately for me, the details they had about me were dated and incorrect. Since I was living in a rented apartment, I moved homes and changed my phone number. I shut down my website, on which I had spent 2 months and my own money. I did not tell anyone about these threats because I planned to return when the situation was under control. But the media got wind of what was happening, and suddenly it became a big news story and was all over the internet. I unpublished the page for 2 to 3 weeks. I was even wondering if I should just quit, but then I saw how right-wingers were celebrating shutting me down, and decided to return. I would not be able to do what I do without the support of my family, but I also worry about their safety and always have to keep on my toes. I think people are very invested in their political ideologies and will go to great lengths to express their convictions. It used to be that people would debate their contrasting ideologies or go to a protest to make their stand clear. However, with the advent of technology, people have become more uncouth. When there is no face-to-face interaction or immediate consequence, people say the most outrageous things, simply to get a rise out of others. This is, essentially, what trolling is, and unfortunately, it is now part of modern political discourse. Without a doubt. In fact, there have been dedicated campaigns to take me down. I have posted screenshots of several right-wing pages organizing mass reports of my posts in order to have me shut down. Even when I quit temporarily, the right wing spread fake news that I was shut down by Facebook for hate speech and hurting religious sentiments, when all my posts are still up. The funny thing is that I am just an ordinary guy, and put up maybe 3 to 5 posts a day when I find the time. And then you have these paid IT cells employing thousands of people to take me down. It's no secret that the BJP has a dedicated IT cell and has spent millions of dollars on creating an online army of trolls who make certain topics trend, spread fake news or doctored videos, and assassinate the character of political rivals and journalists. This has been proven again and again. To counter this, other political parties have got IT cells of their own now. The difference is that BJP's trolls are provided immunity by the government. People who have posted rape and death threats are followed by PM Modi, which is, frankly, rather disgusting. The same people did not even hesitate to abuse Sushma Swaraj for taking an unscrupulous official to task. They've completely lost the plot. There is no typical troll because the tendency to irritate others is in all of us. There is a troll in every one of us. Like I said, trolling is only about getting a rise out of people. People try to get a rise out of me by calling me a libtard or congressy or terrorist. I laugh at them because I know where my convictions lie. I have never once asked people to vote for a political party. I don't support any religion because I'm an atheist. I'm only trolling the trolls. If I focus on Hindutva, it's because Hindu nationalists are the ones lynching people in broad daylight in my country. They are the ones taking out marches in support of child rapists, rioters, and murderers. If I focus on the BJP, it's because they are silent on these hate crimes despite being in power. I don't think anyone can be apolitical these days. People are lying to themselves if they think they are sitting on a neutral fence. Today, even your indifference is tinged with a political bent. Your silence makes you complicit. Definitely. I think women are subject to the most vicious abuse and threats. A lot of women send me screenshots of the kind of online abuse meted out to them. It's revolting. The same goes for minorities. I have received thousands of abusive messages and threats over the last year, and for some reason, they all assume that I'm Muslim. Because, apparently, no sane Hindu would want child rapists or murderers to go to jail. I shudder to think how women and minorities deal with this daily abuse. I know the toll it takes on me sometimes, but they have to deal with it offline too. I have no idea. I'm just taking every day as it comes. I spend maybe 20 minutes on the page every day, so it doesn't take too much of my time. I guess I'll just keep doing it for as long as I can keep laughing at my bizarre country.